Hey guys, Super Gadget Guy here. Today I'll be doing a review of my Medtronic insulin pump. So here it is. Let me remove it from the clip. You can see this is the MiniMed 523 insulin pump right here. So this is currently connected to me. As you can see, there's tubing and the other end is attached to my body, and this thing's delivering insulin. So the main interaction I have with the pump on a daily basis is pretty much the escape button to see your general status. As you can see, last reading was at 102. It was at 10:46 p.m. and last bolus was 6 units. You basically have a history of your bolus and also give you status to show you that the infusion set was inserted 3 days ago, and there's approximately 39.9, well, it's not approximately, it's exactly 39.9 units left, and I have more than 24 hours of basal unit left. I hope you can read it. So this is basically a screen to check to see if you forgot, like, oh, should I do an infusion set change? Because it's been 3 days. You can see when it was installed, when it was on your last bolus, and all that. And also it shows you how much if it's left in your system, the insulin on board or insulin that's in your system from last bolus. As you can see, it was done 4 hours ago. There's nothing left. And another button that you use is the bolus button. When you pressed it, since I just did the meter test, it has the result. This result only shows up for a few minutes. So if you did the test and then you wait like 5-10 minutes, this won't be here. And you basically put it again or whatever number, and then you hit act. And then basically ask you the estimated gram of carb intake you're going to do. Let's just say we're going to do 10. I will have 10 grams of carb just for demonstration. And then they basically say, based on the calculation that's done, the setting that you worked out with your endocrinologist, that it recommends 1 unit of insulin. And then if you hit OK, they say they're going to do 1. You can make it higher, you can make it lower, you can hold on to it, and then basically it will just keep on increasing to however many you want. And there's a maximum. Let's see, let me show you. So you can do, let's say, 100. My maximum, I think I set it to 20. Let's see, 25 is my maximum. Basically, under no circumstance, even with my manual override, I basically said it that the pump, whether through user interaction or food intake, it can deliver 25. Let me escape. It's basically beeping says, "Hey, you're not delivering an insulin." Just to let you know. It's like one of the warnings. Basically, I said it, so it's a safety precaution. And then one of the power of the pump therapy, to me personally, is the convenience. This makes me feel like a regular person. I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I just do it. I don't have to be like a drug dealer, go to the bathroom and do the injection. I can just, at the table, order the food I want. As the food arrives, let's say you do a 3-course meal, right? As the first meal, first food delivered to your table, you can see, oh, the food is there. Just do a general estimate. Do the bolus, and then do the insulin, and you can just have a conversation, talk, and then when the second meal arrives, you can do the first second meal. When the dessert arrives, you can do the dessert, the second plate. So it's very flexible versus the injection. You do like 1 for the whole meal, and then it's like, oh my god, food is late. Oh, they are running out in the kitchen. They didn't cook the food right. Your blood sugar takes a dive. Very frustrating. So let me show you where the setting happens. So we just at the basic menu. Just make sure you check this with your pump trainer. Medtronic provides a very good training program to teach you how to use a pump. So there's the bolus, and then you can use the bolus wizard to do a calculation and to check your history. This is where the setup happens. Let me show you. Let's let's not edit it. Let's just do a review of the settings. The detail of this, check with your, the manufacturers, and check with your doctors. Don't follow my setting. This setting is for me and myself only. As you can see, I have it on, and it's based on the carb units of grams, and then basically from midnight to 3 a.m. I have a carb ratio of 9.5, and then 11 a.m. is from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. it's basically breakfast time. I have a 6. So basically, when you wake up in the morning, for me personally, I am less insulin sensitive. I need more insulin per gram of carb intake. But by the time it gets to lunch, basically from 11 to 6, it's a ratio of 9.5, and 6 to midnight, it's basically 10. So basically, dinner time, I can do 1 to 10 ratio, basically less insulin, because I'm fully awake. I don't need that, extra insulin to help me get over the breakfast. So this is nothing special, right? You can be like, oh, I can calculate this. I don't need the bolus wizard, and that's fine. But what's the power? You can do that with a pen too, right? You can be like, oh, I need more insulin in the morning. I need less in the morning. You can do that adjustment. What the really powerful, you can see the max bolus. That's where you set the max. I set it to 25. The real power of the pump to me is the basal rate. I don't have a sensor connector right now. So when you do a lentis injection, basically the insulin start acting, between 4 to 6 hours, and then keep it really flat, until from basically that point on until 20 hours after injection. But check this out. This is basically the rate I come up with my doctor after. Let me get rid of the glare. I'm going to read it to you. With the help of the CGM sensor. So from midnight, as you can see, to 2 a.m., I'm doing 0.475 units per hour. From 2 to 3 a.m., I'm doing 0.525 units per hour. And 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., I'm doing 0.7. 5 a.m. is 0.77. So basically 3, and then 5 a.m. to 8:30, I'm doing 0.775. And then 8:30 on, I'm doing 0.65 throughout the day. In the morning, at least from 5 to 8, that's 3 hours. I need a huge amount of basal boost to help me wake up. And this has kept my blood sugar extremely flat. Basically, if I go to sleep, as you can see at 102, I wake up at 100 or 98 to 100. It is that awesome, and this tool allows me to do it. Lentis, you can't, right? You can adjust how much unit to inject, but you cannot adjust the absorption rate of that insulin. But with the pump, you can do that. And I don't have a CGM attached, so you can't review the sensor data, but it's pretty cool. It basically does tests once every 10 minutes, 10-12 minutes, and it basically plots in a very nice graph. So to me, the bolus, I can do the calculation with the pen. I don't really need it, but the basal rate, it is fantastic. So the unit is very accurate. As you can see you can do 1/10 of a unit in terms of the basal rate, and 1/25 of a unit for the basal, 1/10 of a unit for the bolus. So you can do 1.1 unit for bolus. You can't do that with a pen. It's 1 unit or 2 unit or 3 unit. You can't do 3.5, 3.2. And with basal, forget it. This thing is way more accurate, right? Another thing you're talking about when I consider this Medtronic is not because they're, one of the reasons that they're one of the largest medical device or insulin pump manufacturing in the United States that's allowed. Unfortunately, in the U.S., we don't get as of high-end access or a lot of competition compared to the European market. So they're the largest, and as you can see, their stuff is not very sexy, right? You do get a backlight, so in dark conditions or at night, you press the B and down. As you can see, the screen is lit, drains a little battery. Battery life, one AAA battery lasts about a month and a half. Depends on how much backlighting you use. And this thing do have alarm and a vibration alarm. So when you do a sort of suspension. Let's say I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to disconnect myself. You can suspend it, and then basically they will play this alarm. Whoops. So you can see it's suspended. Has a little mark right here. Show you that there's a little alarm that you're not getting insulin. You can resume. Alarm is not very loud. It doesn't really alert anything if you're doing something wrong. Even the vibration alarm, it helps, but it doesn't really wake me up when I'm in deep sleep. Backtrack to the company. I like everything the latest and greatest, as you've seen in my video, the latest TV, 3D printer and all that, but when it comes to medical device, I don't want it to be the lab rat, right? I want a good, working, functioning unit that I can trust and depend on. These things do become malfunction. The week I had it, somehow the meter freaked out, and there is a 1-800 number you can call them. They basically ask you, verify you're the owner. They overnight me a unit. I call them at 8 o'clock at night. They answer the phone within 30 seconds, and they basically saying, get the error code, and they're like, oh, this is a weird error. They say, we will overnight you. You will get the second one, the brand new one, the next day before 10 a.m. So I stay home and got it. And then it was like, I'm like, wow, that is fast shipping. And anytime you call them, I call them for the sensor issue. I have some issue with the sensor. They basically pick up within minutes. I mean, it's that good. And any sort of ordering that you do, they generate a shipping number right away. They email to you with a tracking number. Everything is basically 3-day shipping. They ship it to you. So pump wise, I am extremely happy with the pump therapy overall. Feature wise, I wish they get like a color screen, a touch screen, something that's a little bit more high tech, because when you get this, you see the bill about how much they charge your insurance company. It is ridiculous. But once again, the amount of paperwork they have to go through to get FDA approval, it is insane. But I wish they could put a little bit more thoughts into the design overall of this. The menu is kind of, ridiculous. You have to scroll through, multi-layers. I wish they can work on the user interface better. I wish the screen is a little better, easier to read. But it doesn't really matter in terms of the actual performance, because I only do bolus. My basal is set. That's not going to change unless something drastic happens. You can do temporary basal. Let me show you. So let's say you get you got sick, you get the flu. You need to basically, you can set, let me go back. When you go to the basal menu, you can see set edit temporary basal. Basically I can set to have a 5-hour basal boost or reduce when I'm doing exercise. But I wish, I don't do that, but I wish the menu could be edited better so people have different needs can use it better. This thing is not waterproof, it's water resistant. So I wish they could improve on that. On the other hand, their customer service is fantastic. Any issue you have, you give them a call, they walk you through it, step by step. And if you have an issue with the actual device, they will send you a replacement unit within 24 hours. That is fantastic customer service, because as the current medical technology goes, I am attached to this and this vial of liquid for the rest of my life, basically. I hope this review video helped you out, and if you have any questions, please let me know. The good news is that they have a new model just announced. I just got the email today, the 530G with the new Enlight sensor. I think they shipped me a new one, I'm not sure, but when I do, I will definitely do an unboxing video and a review of the new pump. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you don't ever have to use this, but if you do, stay strong, stay healthy, and together we can beat this, we can survive, we will survive. Thanks for watching.